Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. More RimWorld. I was going to be like a minute or so early, and then I started watching live Jane's Addiction on YouTube, and we see what happened there. We see what happened. I mean, it was a really good version of Mountain Song. Spike Little Girl, Portia, Dr. Avalanche, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, it's a concert. Look at that. We're opening up. It's already a concert. Riggs is holding a concert, jamming out down here on, what is it we've made here? A harpsichord? Yeah, jamming out on the harpsichord. Jane's Addiction had a harpsichord player. Very few people know that. Never actually performed on any of the albums or ever played live. But they had one. They had one. Never did it. No contributions at all to any of their music. But they did in fact have a harpsichord player. I think his name was Tom something or other. Alicia, welcome, welcome, welcome. Time zone be damned. Exactly. Talk to the Brits. They're the ones in charge of time. Hang on. Coffee needs to live in my mouth. There we go. Much, much better. All right, so the concert is not well attended in that Marjo and Zash are kind of idly milling around here, and Yegor is popping by. Yegor, congratulations on converting to cannibalism. We love that about you. This is Riggs' gig. Is Riggs going to show up? No, Riggs is just, like, not bothering. Riggs is like, I'm throwing a concert, and everyone's like, yay, we'll come by and see it. And then, like, they don't. Oh, Yegor's decided to start a fight with Buell. Okay, so much like a Jane's Addiction show, the concert never happened and two people got in a fist fight. Wow, irony, right? That's kind of weird. The concert got canceled and two people got in a fist fight. It's exactly like a Jane's Addiction show. Zombie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you're right. The Addams family were pretty hip on the whole harpsichord thing. Guys, do you need to go to the medical facility because the mosh pit didn't really work out here for you? The mosh pit there's a mosh pit for Riggs' show, and two people have become injured for that. We never used to call it a mosh pit. We used to call it a slam pit back in the day, as the kids say these days. Okay, what do I need to do around here exactly? Not much. We're working on my robot rumpus room up here, where we're going to make more robots. Hang on, Syrincha, welcome, welcome, welcome. Coffee in my face. I don't think anyone's playing any harpsichord anymore. Oh no, Riggs is in. Riggs is jamming out. There's blood all over the floor. Riggs is jamming out. Your kids had a school program. Zombie, just throwing this idea out there. You're probably in charge of like the PTA or the PTO or something like that. I should be a school program. I'm just putting that out there. I'm volunteering my time to teach the children what they don't know, which is geniusosity. Hashtag geniusosity. So, I assume you're in charge of the PTA or the PTO or whatever it is. I will, I say volunteer my services. I kind of pretty much do this anyway, whether anyone's paying me or not. Hang on, there's a Manhunter pack. So I will, I'll be happy to be the next presenter at your child's school program there. And we'll talk about, well, probably cannibalism and Jane's Addiction. Manhunting red foxes. Okay. Will everyone be in the runaway zone then? And the mech can be in the runaway zone. And we're having a concert anyway, so I feel it's just going to kind of work itself out. This should not be too big a deal. Where exactly are these alleged foxes that I need to be aware of? Oh, there they are. There they are. Actually, there's an alarming amount of them. I said this is nothing to worry about. There's actually an alarming amount of foxes. So could we, like, maybe assemble down here? And we'll have a look at maybe shooting the foxes. Because there are a lot of them. Many of them will die in the trap corridor, obviously, and then many of them will get through. And then, obviously, we're going to have to shoot them in their fox faces. They're very, very silly fox faces. If I did Animal War Call on one of the foxes, would that disrupt the space-time continuum and would the universe implode upon itself? Okay, incoming foxes. Dead fox. Dead. 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 Okay, this is going well so far. Dead. I'm going to run out of traps, though. That's the problem. Guys, why don't we back up a little bit? And then, yeah, at least one or two of these guys are going to get in here. Okay, 3 of them. I think we can cope with 2 of them. I think we can cope with 2 foxes. There we go. Shoot the foxes. Okay, fox shooting is definitely happening there. And then shoot another fox. Maybe, like, more than once. Okay, good. That all seems to have worked out fine. I have no traps left in that trap corridor. But, I'm sure that will be okay. I'm sure we won't need to worry about that at all. There certainly won't be a raid that comes in and kills us in our face, because my trap corridors are not ready to go. Toblerone, how are you looking these days? You're on recruit 16.1. I've been having to think about you, Toblerone, because really you're good at art, and that's about it. How's Marcus these days now that he's embraced cannibalism? 20.1, and Yar is 3.1. Okay, so Yar might be on board sooner than we think. Oh, by the way, everyone can go back into unrestricted, and the mech can go to the home zone. If Yar is going to be on board, I should get a bedroom set up for Yar, because it's just fun to say Yar. And so let's do a double bed there. I know you're saying I don't have enough stored. I assure you I do. It's just not stored. So you're actually correct. I don't have enough stored. You're right about that. But there is some on the map that we can absolutely take advantage of. Spin the thing around the right way. Put that there. And let's also put a vent in here too, because, you know, we're going to need something along those lines. All right, everybody get on that. It is too bad they weren't people. I mean, they're probably people to other foxes. Like, other foxes probably look at foxes and go, you are totally of my kind. But to us, they're just foxes. And, you know, it's not going to stop us from eating them, or at least the ones that aren't decomposing right now, because they had that scaria thing. There's a type of mosh pit called the Wall of Death. Yeah, been there. It was a Ramones show. A couple of them, actually. I'm not 100% certain how many times I've seen the Ramones. I know for a fact I've seen them twice. I feel there was a third time that I saw them. It's entirely possible. I've seen a lot of live shows, like way a lot of them. So I am confident I've seen the Ramones twice. One show I particularly remember well. The third time I'm very, very fuzzy on. And I am of the opinion, if you remember, every time you've seen the Ramones, you didn't have a good enough time at the Ramones show. So I'm okay with that. I have seen the Ramones either 2 or 3 times. And their mosh pit was a Wall of Death. Miasma, we were looking at maybe converting you. But the thing is, we can't really do anything with you when we're done. Because you will not... Maybe I could, if I release you. But are you actually even that good? You're not even that great about things. What does a cultist do? What is that trait? Study up and entity study up. Oh, and Zash can do conversions again. That's cool. We might swing down and get Miasma to do that. Hang on. Coffee. So, I might just let her go. I just, you know what? I've got a lot of people to feed here. I'm going to put Miasma on, just kick her out the door. Okay, I've got 3 other prisoners here that I have to keep tabs on and feed. I don't have time to be dealing with Miasma. Or it's just not going to happen. Or asthma. That's why we took Yegor's lungs out and gave him new lungs, because they're way better. Chibi, how are you doing, kid? 1.8 years. Boy, look at you. 1.8 years. You are eternal. You will be eternally 13 years old. Oh, I love every second of it. All right, get things moving on a little bit faster here. Let's see what today is going to bring. I've got my new Psychic Emanator in here, so everyone who walks by here is going to be a really lot happier. By let her go, I mean eat. Yeah, you know what? You're probably right about that. I probably should eat her. You know what? Back off the whole releasing thing. If I were to execute you, sure. You know what? Execute you. You know what? It's a snack. It's not much, but it's a snack. It's a light snack. I probably should have blood farmed her for a while, but we have some bags of blood up here. What I really need is somebody to be on, like, wicked hip cleaning. This place is a pit. Especially the prison. These guys are animals. Yegor, when you get, like, healthier at being healthy, could you go... Oh, you are on #1 cleaning. All right, well, get out of the hospital, you lazy sod. What? I know what happened to you. You got in a fight with Buell. How did you even fight him? You're blind. Like, all Buell had to do was just step slightly out of your way. Okay, well, the execution's done. That was a quick one. Toblerone's gone berserk. And is beating up a vampire. Okie doke. Right. So, Toblerone, was that because we killed whoever that was? Oh, you're malnourished. Oh, I can probably cope with that. I mean, not now, because you've gone all nutso. No, don't clean the trash. Okay, then we need a team here. Team, we've got to go beat up Toblerone. He's being a little fussy about things. Oh, never mind. Marcus dealt with it. Marcus solved the problem. Go ahead and capture Toblerone there. And then if somebody could maybe give him a snack, that'd be okay. Yeah, feed Toblerone. I don't care what disliked food. You're just gonna have to suffer, man. I know you're into cannibalism now, but you're just gonna have to suffer on that. Okay, you want food? Have some food. Now there's blood on the prison floor too. Who are you? Oh, it's Miasma. Yeah, somebody should probably take her to the freezer. At some point, Buell, when you're done with your light snack, there, could you take Miasma to the freezer? Okay, yeah, just haul Miasma. We don't want that good food going to waste there. Speaking of which, I was going to send out the murder team, because we've got a lot of sites we could go murder. They're right next door. Look at that. Logging work site right there. Right there. I might just sort of nip out and get that one, and then just sort of sit on these two for a while, because they're a little further away. I think we're going to do that. Low medicine. Yeah, we'll learn to cope. So accept that and send out the murder team. That is Zash, Marjo, and Riggs. Don't bring any of these people. Do bring the corpse donkeys, obviously, for obvious reasons. You've got the bedrolls in there. You've got some herbal medicine. You got some hay. I guess, sure, send it on out. Send 2 days worth of food. Okay, we'll have more than... Why do you put that in automatically if you want there to be more? 15. The place is down the street. Okay, it's down the street. I think we're going to be fine. Okay, go ahead. Confirm that. We can basically throw a rock at that place. This is going to be totally okay. All right, so there's a murder team out the door. And I still have a few people around to do things. Although, again, Buell and Yegor are going to be fussy in the hospital for a while. I need Zash home more, because Zash is the one who builds everything. I know I need to clean the base. I know I need to clean the base. That would be part of my program for the school kids, is the need to clean the blood out of the prison. That would be, I'm probably going to do about 10 minutes on that. I mean, it's not going to be my opener. You know, you want to perk it up a little bit before then. But definitely sort of in the middle of the talk would be the need to clean the blood out of the prison. You know, if you have a prison soaked in human blood with a vampire in it, go ahead and just clean that out. Speaking of which, Yegor, I'm going to wake you up from your hospital and tell you to go clean the prison. There's the donkeys being led through. So, yeah, no, that's definitely going to be part of my talk. Theme song for Dave. I have many theme songs. I don't know what any of them are, and I can't do any of them because it's all copywritten. Can we lock people in a closet? I don't need to do that. I can artificially create children far easier than waiting for nature to do it. Nature's a sucker. Nature's stupid. Okay? Technology, science, that's where the babies are at these days. I don't need nature. I've got science. Okay? I'm sure Einstein said that, and if he didn't, he probably meant to. And if he were alive today, he's like, damn, I should have said that. That's a really good line. I don't need nature, I got science. So, Summon the Diablos is available. Yeah, I will think about that. Let's get some basic stuff down first, before we get all hip on summoning mechanoid threats here. So, I can set up a biotech room where I can just, well, artificially create a human. There's no easier way to say that. And then I'll have extra babies around here, and then I can throw them in a tube until they are larger. Now, you'd think to yourself, well, gee, that seems like a really easy way of solving the cannibalism problem. Yeah, but babies in a tube take a while. Like it's a long time to get that kid out of a tube and ready for eating. And then they're not very fattened up when you get them, because they don't eat much while they're in a tube. Hang on, coffee. Hey, Buell, are you still doing that, like, inspired creativity thing? No, you're off that. I think you use that. Probably one of these statues around here might be really good. Not that one. Not that one either. Wow, Buell, you suck at art. You're like Peggy and Guggenheim. You are just terrible at this. All right, well, keep at it. You'll gradually get better. What is your art these days? Yeah, it's only 7, which is not terrible. Since we're doing royal aid, since we use the political marriage mechanic. Sure, I'm totally fine on that. Any way to attract more humans to come here and perhaps accidentally die. I mean, if the royals show up and they accidentally die, that's not on me. That's not a me problem, that's a royals problem. And then I'm just going to take advantage of that by eating them. I'm just helping. I'm recycling. I'm upcycling is what I'm doing. I'm upcycling a corpse into food. That's upcycling. That's like making it better or something like that. I don't know. There's so many cycling things now that I don't know. I can't keep up. Oh, hang on. The caravan's there. Neat. That was quick. So some real light, quick murders. That's all we're going to do here. We're not going to go super crazy on the murders here. Where is everybody? Okay, we don't need to. So where do they live? Oh, this is going to be... You know what? I'm going to jinx myself by saying this is going to be an easy one. And then it probably won't be. Yeah, I mean, there's 4 of them. There's only 3 of us. But we've got a lot of guns, and I bet you they don't. Oh, that was fussy. They ran away. Why would you do that? What quest did I complete? Oh, the enormous building one. Why would you run away, Dinosaur? Why would you run away? Hey, Dinosaur, do you have a son? If so, is he named Dinosaur Jr.? Seeing as we're going back to, like, late 80s, early 90s music. Okay, yeah, you're wicked dead. You are, like, super dead. And then you're coming in. You've been shot a bunch. Now, you're coming in kind of quick. Why don't we burden you real quick? And whoomp. And then let's do the thing where I just teleport you off in a random direction. Because, except you teleported closer to us. That was less good. Could we focus, please? Focus, team. Okay, focus on this one. Yeah, okay. Except we're not doing that real well. How about we focus on this one? Or indeed anything at all. Okay, indeed anything at all would be good. This is... Okay, Riggs, take out Barracuda. Okay? And then... What are you two doing? Just hit him in the face. Okay, stop getting... No, Riggs, you're terrible. No, don't pop smoke. That's a terrible idea. Go ahead and just hit him. Just hit this guy. Okay, until they fall down. There we go. He's down. Now, Riggs, come here. Riggs, come here. Okay, come here. And then shoot this guy. All right, help out the team here, kid. There we go. And then also, by the way, shoot Barracuda here. Because we can't have him crawling away. We need to eat that. All right, that was not as... Oh, hang on, I've got to go kill this guy. Not as good as I wanted it to be, but there it is. I don't think anyone's horribly injured. So let's put down, of course, our butchering spot here. Riggs, could you continue to shoot this person, please? Thank you. We may as well take all that pemmican, too, while we're here. Zash and Marjo, you can be off-duty. Let's make sure we get all the corpses allowed. Are you done with him yet? Oh, for God's sakes, Riggs, just shoot him. Like, continue to shoot him. Wow, you're terrible. Zash, hang on, I gotta set up a bill here. So, we're gonna butcher any humans. And if you're a human, I will eat you. Alright, do that, and then do that forever. Zash, could you man that, please? Yeah, butcher at the butchery spot. And Riggs will keep picking at this one. Oh, Oh, you're done, are you? Okay, great, good, perfect. Go ahead and undraft you. Alright, what are you off to do? You're gonna go clean the blood. Is that a valuable use of your time, really? Is that a super valuable use of your time? Zash seems to have a better idea. How banged up are you guys? No immediate danger. Where did Marjo go? You're going to be dead in 15 hours. That's fine. We'll get home in 15 hours. I'm not worried about that. We can totally get home in 15 hours. Hang on. Coffee in my face, where my face lives. There we go. Okay. So, blaze through this. Marjo, could you, like, I don't know, heal Riggs or something if I put down a sleeping spot real quick? You know what? Do I even want to bother? Yeah, I do, because then if Riggs dies, I'm gonna be really embarrassed more than anything. So make that a medical one. Riggs, go ahead and rest until healed. There you go. And then Marjo, can you tend to Riggs, please? It's just that Zash has got a lot of butchering to do. Look for silver components and extra bodies. I will once we kind of get this under control here. So Zash has got 2 more bodies to butcher, and Marjo's got a long day ahead of her patching Riggs up. Hopefully, I say that. Hopefully it's actually not a long day ahead of her. Oh, you've gone down to no immediate danger. Oh, good. Okay, great, cool. Oh, was it Marjo who was going to die? Maybe Marjo was going to die. Marjo, are you going to die? Oh, Marjo's going to die. I'm so sorry, Marjo. I'm tending the wrong person. Well, to heck with Riggs. Tend to yourself. Okay, just do your own jam there. Oh, Zash is back in. I'm just going to briefly check these places. So get that and get that. Zash, wake up and obey my orders. Come over here. And, okay, that's just wood, which is what we expected. And then come over here. Probably should have looked for a bed. I could have thrown them in a bed. Oh, there are cages. Well done. Well done, Portia. Open that up. Open that. There are cages. I'm so excited. No, 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 no. Zash. Go get the humans out of here. Oh, this is great. Open that up. Yep, this is going very well. And then continue to please butcher at the butchering spot, please. Yes, I know. Riggs is the royal, definitely. I found food, and I'm super excited about that. I'll take those bedrolls too. You know what? Those will be okay. We might have a larger murder party someday. We may as well grab them. So that's gonna work out. Any other cages? I don't immediately see any. No, that's looking pretty good. Zash, are you done with chopping up people into tiny, tiny bits? Almost. And then we can go home and celebrate with, humans. Hang on, a transport pod. Shoats from the enemy. Okay, hang on. Go to here. All right, jump to here. Crash the pod. Okay, hold tight. So, Shoat, well, obviously, are you any good? Actually, you're a wicked good doctor. And you're an optimist, which is good. Lon, could you capture Shoat? Shoat, are you going to die anytime in the near future? Yes. And wow, that's a really, really, really long way away. Shoat, here's the thing, Shoat. Yeah, I'd probably take you as a colonist, but I've got 2 to 3 others on the back burner here. And I know I could put up a sleeping spot here and do all that, but honestly, I'm just going to see how it all pans out, Shoat. Super serious about that. I'm just going to see how it all pans out. I think we're good to reform the caravan to go home. Maybe you'll survive. Maybe you won't. No, I've made a decision on that one, Portia. We're just going to see how it all kind of pans out and hope it works out for the best for Shoat. I hope Shoat survives, but if not, hey, food. Speaking of which, they're actually not only the human meat, but also we may as well take this meat as well. And you know what? Take the berries. Food is still food. And take, I probably don't need all the bedrolls. Take, take all the bedrolls. There we go. And take the pemmican. There we go. Boy, I tell you what, you get a couple of corpse donkeys, all of a sudden you can carry a lot of stuff. So send that along. The team will love that sort of thing. How's it going with Shoat here? How are we doing here? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Because, a little extra meat around the place is not a bad thing. And by a little extra meat, I mean a human being who's in torturous pain that we are effectively allowing to die. Lon, did I tell you to do that, or are you just pretending? Oh, you are capturing Shoat. Good job. Hey, there's a whole bunch of steel down here, too. So mine that vein. I mean, you can do some mining, Lon, if you want to do that on the way to bringing Shoat back. Did you? Oh, there's no actual clear path there. There should be. Let's mine that out. Hang on. Isn't Shoat better than some of the prisoners? In terms of a doctor, yes. A level 12 doctor would not be the worst thing in the world. But sometimes, Alicia, here's the thing, Alicia. You're not new here, okay? This is not your first day here. Sometimes I just like to see how the chaos of the universe is going to affect me. So Shoat lives, Shoat dies. Shoat dies. There you go. Okay, we have our answer. We have our answer. So the chaos of the universe did not favor Shoat. I know, Alicia, you're looking at this and saying, well, that little Adrian monk in his head, he's really, orderly and stuff. And I am. And I'm also chaotic. And we see where that's gone. So Shoat, instead of being a spectacular doctor, is now going to be a sandwich. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. And also, this does not need to be a prison anymore, by the way. This can go back to being just a regular old bedroom. Now, Shoat is a light snack. Toblerone is terrible, but I can cope. Actually, what I'd love to do is put Shoat on, either max mining or max intellectual, because that will free up Grumpy or Marjo. Shoat died because the lawn decided to vault into the beds in the bunker. They do that, don't they? They go for the farthest possible bed away. I'm just gonna really take my time getting this guy into a bed, even though I passed 5 other beds. I could have just drafted and did medical without medicine. Sure could have, zombie. Again, the chaos of the universe has dictated Shoat's destiny, and it is lunch. Actually, it's in fact lunch. I see Dee Dee is enjoying a fine meal. Marcus is having a crisis of belief. Really? You love cannibalism. You're literally a vampire. You're halfway home. All right, when Zash gets back, I'll have him do the little reassurance thing, like, no, dude, cannibalism is totally cool. And Marcus will be like, yeah, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just having a bad day. I love cannibalism. I'm a vampire. I'm halfway there already. I may as well be eating them. So we'll deal with that. Area. Whoa. RimWorld. Whoa. Yes, I know an area's been revealed. I literally just revealed it. What the heck is a Nokia sphere? Okay, you could attack it. Wait, I can capture the sphere. This did not happen the last time we played Anomaly. Yeah, boy, there's a big old sphere there. Landed right in my front yard. Okay, Right. Hang on. Okay, let's deal with first things first. Where is the murder team? They're basically home. Okay, they're going to be pulling in any second. Do I know how to do the better things? I don't. Boy, I wish I did. That'd be cool. Lon, later in the day. Welcome. Lon, can you capture the spear, please? Later in the day, a giant ball of music has shown up, and it demands my attention. So I'm not wicked sure on this one. I didn't have this thing the last time I played Anomaly, but it's okay because I am a genius, and I will work with this. This does not threaten me in any way. Not my genius anyway. It threatens my colonists. They'll probably all die. We've got a giant ball of annoying music. So you know what, we're gonna go. This is fine. Insanity weaponry, you say? Insanity weaponry. Oh, we'll look forward to that one. Boy, I really kind of wish I'd kept Miasma now, because she was wicked good at doing the dark study. Caravan arrived. Yep, that's cool. So, we're putting the giant ball of annoying music in here. Spikelet Girl, I do have to tighten that up a little ball. It's not just a giant ball of music. It's a giant ball of annoying music. It's like, I don't know, early MC Hammer. In a ball. In a demon. Which is what I always suspected about MC Hammer anyway. We all did. Come on, we all suspected that. That he made a pact with the devil. We're all thinking it. There's no way that guy got that famous with that music. Come on. We all suspected that. So I think we've confirmed that with a giant ball of annoying music. How am I going to cope with this? Because I'm a genius. I've gone far past the concept of genius into the realms of geniusosity. #geniusosity. So how does geniusosity cope with this? First things first, you're unloading your inventory. Where are you? Okay, let's just get the team back in the colony for right now. Okay, just get them back home. Because they have a lot of human meat. And I would like to get that inside. And it looks like they're indeed going right for the freezer. Speaking of which, Buell... Oh, sorry, you're getting high. That is our religion. You're right. That is indeed our religion. So you get on with that, man. That, good devotion to our sect here. Very fervent devotion of you. About, the whole getting high thing. Zash. Okay, why do we keep dumping the meat in the hospital? So Marjo came in, dumped off a pile of human arms, and said, I'm going to get high, because it's my form of prayer. Zash, what are you doing? You're resting. Not a lot of time for that, kid. I know you're banged up. Could you first go reassure Marcus that cannibalism is wicked cool? Wicked cool. And then we're going to try to address other things as they come up. Okay, so, yeah, Marcus is back up. Marcus is like, yeah, you know what, cannibalism is pretty cool. Now I need to go address the giant ball of annoying music. Okay, I need to study this because it's going to go poorly. Martin's saying it was a problem in his game. Good news, Martin, I'm a genius. #geniusosity, so I will cope with this. I'm the one who used triangulation in a RimWorld game. Triangulation. Yes, triangulation. So what I was going to do is something that I thought of a second ago, and then I said triangulation a couple of times, and I forgot. I kind of vaguely remembered. I was going to look at the research screen, and I want to continue researching entity containment. What are you? Are you basic or are you advanced? It doesn't really matter. I want to study you. Okay, and I don't know, are you basic or you're advanced? Okay, so I don't really care. It's fine. Advanced is fine. In fact, I'd rather have advanced than basic, because advanced I can keep using forever. So with that, I need to put somebody on like dark study. Marjo, I'm going to spin you off of research number 1. You're going to do dark study number 1. This is what I'm thinking about Toblerone. Toblerone could be doing my research, because Marjo has other skills that I would like to take advantage of. Well, all right, that's good. Well, the doctor thing is good. You know what, Marjo, actually, you suck now that I look at you. I mean, you're the smartest person on the planet, but apart from that, you kind of suck. I mean, you have a crafting ability. That's not bad. Speaking of crafting, what is Grumpy up to these days? You're digging at steel. Okay, that's probably actually a really good thing for you to be doing. They've got some of my robot rumpus room up and running here. We're not putting this here, kids. Hang on. Ditch that. Go into... Oh, okay, I gotta remember where some of these things are. You know what, you can put... I'm looking for the sub-core things. So, shield core... Well, actually, you can put one of those there if you find that. Actually, you can put a persona core there if you find one of those. That's okay, too. What is that under? Is that under... manufactured? And then MISC? Many things are under MISC. I love MISC. It's my favorite channel. How about you just did sub-core? Yeah, there we go. A basic sub-core, a high sub-core. Any of these can go in there. You can even put an unfinished one if you feel like it. That's the kind of thing I was looking for. Okay, so all of those go in there, and obviously make sure that is really high priority. Okay, so critical that you put those in there. I got it, Portia. Way ahead of you. I wasn't actually way ahead of you. So you've been doing stand-up once a month, last thing I know, paid gig in Dallas. Wow, like people live in Dallas. That's pretty exciting. There's like actual people who live in Dallas, Texas, and they'll be like, haha, this guy's pretty funny. All right, back to work. Things have happened. Undignified throne room we can cope with. That's fine. Low medicine I can sort of work on as time permits. I'd love to see a trader right about now. Can we juice the demon ball? Buzzkill, I'd like you to take a moment, if you could. I'd like you sort of like maybe close your eyes and reflect on the phrase, can we juice the demon ball? Because I'd like to say those words came out of your mouth. You typed them, but it's kind of the same thing when you get right down to it. So maybe just sort of reflect on a moment and say, I just had the words, can we juice the demon ball, come out of my mouth, metaphorically speaking. Maybe you said them out loud. I don't know. Maybe you just narrate your life. I do. I largely am just talking to myself all the time. I was talking to Mrs. Dave a while ago because she had suggested, and Portia will love this one. She had suggested some sort of maybe like monthly podcast kind of thing with her and me, and I explained like you're gonna have to talk a lot. She's like, yeah, I don't really know how to do that, and I explained to her that I am basically talking to myself in my head all the time. That's how I do this thing. I am effectively always talking to myself in my head. And that's how I come up with things like, well, the things I come up with. We all know where I'm at. And then Buzzkill comes up with, can we juice the demon ball? I'm going to go ahead and say, now I'm thinking of a number of references. But I'm going to go ahead and say that is the album title of a parody Swedish death metal band. Okay? Not the real thing. Not the aggro guys who are like wicked into being Swedish death metal. I feel that's a parody Swedish death metal band, and their album title is Can We Juice the Demon Ball? That's where I'm going with that. If you have a better suggestion, please come up with it. But I'm going to say parody, not the real thing, not real death metal. It's just a parody death metal band from Sweden. And they could be Swedish, or they might not be. Maybe it's a parody of being Swedish. Maybe they're like, we're pretending to be Swedish, but it's funny. Let's start, now that I've got a giant annoying music ball, let's start making it prettier in here, because obviously that's what the giant annoying music ball wants. So let's start to make that a little pretty. I'm never going to put together the stuff I need to do the really, really good floor, but we can at least do a good floor. How about hex tile? Boy, those look good. I can't afford to give up this much steel, but I'm doing it anyway. Because it looks so spankin' when you're done with it. Can we juice the demon ball? Can we juice the demon ball? And you said that. I didn't say that. It sounds like something I'd say, but I didn't say that. You came up with that one, Buzzkill. So, really, ultimately, Buzzkill, what I'd like is the next time you're at work, I assume you have a profession of some sort. I'm kind of broadly presuming you have coworkers. Maybe you don't. Maybe you work by yourself. I did for many years. I just want... okay, here's what I'm going to ask. Let's say Monday you go to work. Let's assume, for argument's sake, Buzzkill, that you have like a 9 to 5. Like you show up at like 8:58. You sit at your desk and, I don't know, you do memos and emails and TPS reports and all that sort of thing. I think, just as a fun idea, whatever your coworkers ask, like, hey, Buzzkill, I assume that's your real name. Hey, Buzzkill, do you have the memo on the report that we did in the commission for the synergy and all that? I think you should only respond with, can we juice the demon ball? So they'll be like, hey, Buzzkill. Again, I assume that's your real name. Do you have the memo on the report about the committee about the synergy? And you'll just be like, can we juice the demon ball? And they'll be like, what? And that will, of course, be another question that they've asked you. What? And you will repeat, can we juice the demon ball? I'm going to guarantee you that by Thursday, your boss has called you into his office, but he's going to promote you because you have whipped the office into shape. The office is so terrified of you, they are working frantically to not interact with you, and that has made them extremely productive. And your boss is going to be like, Buzzkill, again, I assume that's your real name, don't know what's going on, but your office is like razor sharp right now. Congratulations, you are vice president in charge of cannibals or something. I guarantee you that's going to happen. I'm onto a very exciting idea here. A super, super exciting idea. We're getting the donkeys in. Have we moved a lot of the... I see some human meat and some humans in here. So that seems... Who are you? Oh, that's Miasma again. We haven't chopped you up yet? Have we not chopped you up? You are the boss. Okay, well, probably that's how you got the promotion, I would assume, right? You just sort of... kept saying, can we juice the demon ball, until people respected you and said, we will work for this man. We will work for this man. That's how that's going to go down. I was the boss, Stu, for a while. I didn't like it. I mean, I did, actually. That's not true. I did, because I'm kind of a control freak. Actually, I'm not a control freak. I just feel that my way is the best way. And often it was, because I was a recognized expert in my field at the time. And so often my way was the best way. But I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the boss anymore. I just have a regular old job where I just go to regular old work. We've made a bunch of sculptures. We've made a tombstone. That's a normal granite sculpture. That's a bedroll. That's not as exciting. We have been busy with the demon ball. You ain't wrong. Marjo's studying it. Marjo's like, wow, big ball of annoying music. It's just MC Hammer pumping out here, and not even Can't Touch This. Like, not even the song everyone knows. Like, one of his like deep cuts off the album. You're like, wow, this is wicked annoying. And that's what this ball is pumping out the whole time. I had a field. It was a very niche field. Wait, okay. Wait, no, we're doing progress. Okay, hang on. Learned about the inner workings of the Nochiosphere. Seems to have a single purpose: to inflict pain. So just like MC Hammer. May be able to weaponize it just like MC Hammer, but you must study it more. Okay, will do. I'm a little more interested in the research side of this, because I want that. I want the entity containment thing. So it's easy to donate, children being 3'2". Yeah, I did have a field, Portia, and I was at least in my area, in my in sort of the place the area I live. I was certainly a recognized expert. There were others. I'm not being arrogant. There were several people who were good at what we did, but I was one of them. Yeah, I was one of them. So other people in my field referred people to me. Like, people who did what I did would say, you should probably go see Dave about that one. That's a little outside my pay grade. How's the robot rumpus stream? Oh, it's actually going very, very well. So let's try and get 2 encoders done. And that way, I definitely have a throw toxic waste in here thing. Yeah, I totally have a toxic waste thing. So, and we never got the other toxic waste, did we? We just let that rot somewhere. There's probably some sort of horribly polluted area. Ooh, that's a lot of good heal route really, really far away. Is there any closer? A little bit, not much. Let's get some of it anyway. Yeah, harvest all of that. Harvest all of that. Okay, the TV's going up. Marjo. Oh, wait a minute. I gave you... No. Marjo, you can have this bed. You don't have to sleep over there. You can have that bed. That's because you had a bedroll and then everything got weird. You've wandered into the Twilight Zone. No, you wandered into the Twilight Zone when we had the phrase, "Can we juice the demon ball?" pop up. That's when we got into the Twilight Zone. I'm just on top of the train. That's all I got. I'm not driving this thing. I'm just on top of the train. Mechbot here, maybe don't stand in the door because you're lowering the containment value of this, and that ain't good. What is your containment needs, by the way? What do you actually need? Strength 25.2. And this is what? 25. Okay, so when the door is closed, that will be okay. For right now, anyway. It'll at least get the job done. All right, let's get things cranked up a bit. Do we still have injured people? Not as such. I'd be totally hip if we had a trader pop by. I'm also thinking about a textile room. Just for somewhere to put the human leather. Oh, hang on. Speaking of which, I did the space telephone, but I never did the here's where you come and pick stuff up. So where can I get this where I get a lot of stuff? Like probably here. That'll get... just do 2. Just do 2. It'll just be easier. So put 1 there, and then one here-ish. Okay, make sure we get everything. And then put 1 in the hospital so we can sell our narcotics, obviously. Actually, that's a little trickier spot than I thought. Put that there. And then I like to put 1 in the food room because, you can sell food. It's a thing we're allowed to sell. Did they keep you in a fence within your field? No, actually, I was allowed to run frighteningly wild. That's why I got good at what I did. The reason I got good at what I did is I kind of looked at my work like I eventually looked at RimWorld, which is, I wonder if I can do this. I'm going to give it a shot. And turns out I could. And other people in my field were like, I don't think you can do that, man. And I'm like, I'm going to try it anyway. And that's how that all ended up. Could we unpack the donkeys, please? Could we unpack the donkeys? You actually don't have anything we need in there. I'm just looking for human meat. There we go. So look at that. It's human meat right here. Human meat just sitting there like it's nothing. Buell, what are you doing? You're doing the spike traps. Okay, that's probably pretty important. You're also doing that. Well, we don't need 2 people doing it. Why don't Lon, you haul that meat, and Grumpy, what are you doing? You're probably halfway across the map. You are hauling rice, and then you're going to have a snack. Why don't you haul the human meat? Oh, hang on. The other human meat to the freezer, so that doesn't go bad. Okay. It is geniusosity. I realize only buzzkill now do I... Actually, that was a really weird sentence I just said. Only buzzkill now. What it should have been is only now, comma, buzzkill. Only now, comma, buzzkill. Can you change your name to comma, buzzkill? I would love that. Only now, comma, buzzkill, do I realize that I was testing the waters of geniusosity long before I played RimWorld. RimWorld is just an extension of my entire life. My entire life has boiled down to playing RimWorld and being exceptionally good at it because I am a genius. So now that the door is closed, how are we doing here? Yeah, now we're up to 59. So good news, the ball doesn't actually take that much containment strength. It's chill. Are we making any progress on this? I feel we should be. Advanced research will contribute to a basic project. Now I'm a little more hip on getting Toblerone out of here because I would like to put him on intellectual. I know he's not really good at it, but he will get better. He will get better. Things caught on fire, forged ahead by the seat of your pants, and you were done. And you said, how the hell did I do that? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I looked at my profession and said, I'm going to see if this works. And when it did, I'm like, wow, that worked. And other people in my profession were like, well, you don't really think that's going to work. And I'm like, I am going to try it anyway because I'm insane. So, yeah, we're gonna get you out of here. We're definitely going to break your resistance at some point, just not soon. Yar, however, is getting ready to break. Yar is on the tail end of believing in. Well, she already believes in what we believe in, but being Mike Tyson into loving us. Undignified bedroom. Oh, yeah, Riggs. I actually want to look at your bedroom, not at you. So I assume it's dirty. Probably. Actually, it's not looking that bad. But you hate it anyway because you're a royal and you want a better one. Well, when we get more gold, then we can build you a royal bed. That is totally a thing that can happen. But I do also need people to relight these braziers. We've got a lot of wood cut down. There's no... guys, we're leaving human meat outside. We're like, okay, you know what? We got 11 days to get that. That's okay. Is it that cold out? Yeah, actually, it is. It's almost freezing out. So we should have plenty of meals that contain humans in them, which is very, very exciting. Chibi, you just hold tight, kid. Almost Chibi's 2-year anniversary in the freezer. I feel the gang should throw him a party. I feel there should be some sort of celebration in the colony for the 2-year anniversary of Chibi being in the freezer with only one leg and desperate for drugs, just hardcore love and narcotics. I feel that's an important mark. Like a wedding anniversary, but, dead in a freezer anniversary. We don't celebrate the small things. We're all having concerts on the harpsichord, and we're all having marriages and stuff. Nobody is celebrating the small things. Like, I have a dead 13-year-old girl in my freezer, and she's been there for almost 2 years. I think 2 years we do some sort of party for Chibi. Oh, Chibi, you're right, Buzzkill. Chibi is eternal. Chibi will be there forever. Forever. Zombie, you never saw the hatching of the freezer ducks. That was a great time in RimWorld. The hatching of the freezer ducks. It would happen like every spring. Just freezer ducks, and then we'd lead them away on a leash. It's super exciting. I need to put... Who is my mechanator? Is that Riggs? I'm pretty sure it's Riggs. Yeah, no, it's not Riggs. Oh, is it Lon? It's Lon. Okay. Who needs a nose at some point? Lon, I need to make sure you're on smithing, because that is the thing for the mechanator thing. Yeah, you are on it. You're terrible at it. But I'm going to put you at number 1 anyway, because it actually doesn't take much to make a subcoder. It's fine. Everybody loved the freezer ducks. The freezer ducks were... Again, it was like the rite of spring. Is how we knew it was spring, is the freezer ducks would hatch. And there'd be like, I don't know, 15 tiny duck chicklings. Chicklings? Chickling? Chicks? Chickling? Chickling? Is that... Can that be a word? The Pact of Trebo continue to hate us because we keep sucking blood out of one of their family members, but I'm sure it's going to be okay. It'll all be fine. Later in the day, Chibi is... Again, like I've said previously, I don't know what my plan is for Chibi, and that makes me super excited. I'm very, very excited to see what happens to Chibi. I play RimWorld, especially with you guys, especially in the stream, because I want to see what happens as much as anyone else. I feel chickling should be a word, Portia. I mean, ducklings is fine if you're going to go the basic route. But, chickling just rolls right off the tongue. Am I okay? I don't know. I had, like, I had the doctor's appointment yesterday, and they shot me in the arm twice. Not with, like, a firearm. Like, it wasn't that kind of thing. Or I just walked in there, like, take him out! No, I mean, they gave me, like, an injection thing. So, one in each arm. So, I have, God knows what I have coursing through my system right now. Actually, I know exactly what I have. I have a COVID booster and a pneumonia thingamajig. But Lord knows. Am I okay? This is as good as it gets, Portia. You know that. You're not new here. You're not new here. Freezer Ducks is my knitting circle. Freezer Ducks is a good friend. Oh, hang on. There's a stress signal. Oh, I don't like... yeah, I could care less about this one. I've got a giant ball of annoying music here. I can't really cope with that. Speaking of giant ball of annoying music, how are we doing? I mean, it's here. It doesn't seem to have exploded. And Zash, You're like my major buildy person, right? Yeah. If you could get up and not be completely... Oh, God, I gotta get this place clean. Yegor. Yegor, I know you love cooking human flesh now. I get it, dude. But seriously, man, the place is a pit. It's an absolute... Could you just clean anything? Clean the kitchen. You know, just start with the kitchen and go from there, dude. Because there's, like, vomit on the floor, man. There's, like, wicked vomit on the floor. That's not cool. Nobody wants that. All right, you're probably going off to get some rice, make a fine human meal. What was this one again? This is cotton. I don't really need the cotton because I have an insane amount of human leather. A ridiculous amount of human leather. Certainly don't need cotton. Baked potato. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I don't really need the cotton at this point. I'll just take the human leather. We'll just make things out of human leather. Wow, Yegor loves making fine meals out of human flesh. One quick conversion and he is 100% on board. See, the thing with Zash in construction is Zash is taking all of his time trying to work with 3 prisoners in here. Can we wrap the demon ball in human leather? Entirely possible. I will see what I can do with that. That sounds like a very exciting idea. An extremely exciting idea. Oh, I was thinking about a textile room just so I can get all the human leather out of storage here. Because it's taking up a lot of space. I mean, we have skinned and butchered many, many people. We've got a new goat. I don't know. Do we really need all these goats? It seems like an excessive amount of goats. Like, what goat are you? You're a male goat. You're also a male goat. Bad news. I only need 1. I know, science beats nature every time, but I understand how many male goats I need. And the answer is singular. Don't need any more than that. Did we ever, we have not made any subcores yet. I got a lot for them to do. I'm asking them to do a lot around here. We'll just kind of let it slide for right now. While I've got kind of a slow moment here, I should check my zones. So the runaway zone in particular, no, that amply covers those 2 bedrooms. I will just take that out to there and maybe to there just in case. But yeah, that amply covers that area. That is fine. And what is this? You need warm clothes. Okay, cool. We've got a lot of human leather. Please make as many parkas as you want. We've got 5 parkas. And they'll make another one. Low medicine, sure. Undignified throne room, sure. Riggs, what are you doing? You seem to be meandering. Resting. No, why don't you go refuel that brazier? You got nothing else to do with your life, kid. Why is this... Why? What's the one that has human body parts? Okay, copy that, and then paste that. There we go. All right, just fresh human body parts, by the way. Thank you. Just fresh human body parts. You had a female-only run on RimWorld, 1 male. It didn't actually go very well. Well, you should have used science. I don't know what your problem was with it. I don't know why it went badly, but the answer is always science. The answer is always going to be science. I can't hear what music's coming from the demon ball, but I'm guessing it's Easy Street. I don't know. As always, I have this muted in my headphones. Is it, in fact, making a music? Is it making a sound? Because if it is, I can't hear it. I'm hoping it's basically a deep cut from MC Hammer. You had a lamb get hit by lightning. Well, I'm hearing lamb chops then. I'm hearing delicious, delicious lamb chops. You're hearing, oh my god, my lamb was struck by lightning. And I'm hearing, yum. Yum, yum, yum. All right, let me just run down the numbers here. So Zash was working on you guys for a while. How's that going? Oh, your resistance has in fact been broken. Great, Yar will be on board momentarily. What was my plan for you, Yar? Crafting. Yeah, a lot of crafting. And actually, I could put you... No, I really want to do Toblerone on the whole intellectual thing. That way I can free... Actually, Marjo sucks. Do I really want to free up Marjo? Marjo may as well just stay there on the research bench. I'll put Yar on intellectual, and maybe I can flip them. Yeah, there we go. Yar's on board. Hang on. Yar... Yar, what bedroom would you like? Well, too bad, I only have 1. So, Yar, why don't you have that bedroom? Okay. And then figure out your work. So, here's what we're going to do. Okay, Yar, why don't you be number 1 on Dark Study? Marjo, you can back that off and go back to doing the regular study, because we still need to get that going. I'll put you as... No, you know what? You're just going to do Dark Study. And then crafting, I want you like number 1 on all of this. You're going to be my lead crafter here. Because no one else is... I mean, Grumpy's good. but Grumpy can get back to mining. Speaking of which, everybody does mining and plant cutting and construction and growing, even if they're not good at it. I don't care. Do you shoot guns? You have a broad skill in gun shooting. How about you go get... I don't even know what's in here anymore. How about Yar? Yar, come here. How about you get... What do I have down here? Bolt action rifle, okay. How about over here? Pump shotgun. Go get the... Go get a pump shotgun. That seems like your kind of jam. Oh, that's not there anymore. Hang on, it's this one. So, okay, that's still not there anymore. That's this one. There we go. Go get a pump shotgun for yourself, kid. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Tanner had Tanner worked. Tanner put in some work around there. So Yar, why don't you go study the insane ball of MC Hammer? Oh, never mind. Somebody's already on that. Okay, so there's the advanced. But is that contributing? It is contributing to entity containment. Okay, good. Fantastic. That's good. So his female-run colony with the ideology that supports that he wasn't allowed to do much. No, I imagine not. Well, I mean, possibly one specific thing, but, you know, probably not much else. Okay, that deals with many of my issues. So Yar is on board. Yar, I see you putting on the weird mask. Wait, is that any good? Isn't that the one that Marjo took off? Let's make sure you're on your things here. So, Yar, you need to be on no raggedy stuff, and you can eat anything you want, and be on please do drugs. So you just go ahead and do drugs. If you like drugs, you go ahead and do drugs. How do you keep track of all the shenanigans? Wow, try that again. Shenanigans in the storage area. Geniusosity, Tori. Geniusosity. Hashtag Geniusosity. So here's the thing. I know what isn't in storage. So when I start a RimWorld run, I kind of start these pretty much the same. There's going to be one central storage and everything gets dumped in there. Literally everything. Hang on. Zash can do his thing again. I would love him. Marcus, are you like cool on being a cannibal now? Yeah, you could use a little boost. Zash, I hate to wake you up, but I'm going to. And Mark, yeah, go reassure Marcus that it's wicked cool to be a cannibal. Oh, okay, there you go. He's like 50-50 on being a cannibal. Grumpy's decided to start some fires. Okay. Tori, I'm going to come back to that question in a second. Grumpy is setting fire to grass. Okay, this seems like a Grumpy problem, not a me problem. So when I start a RimWorld run, I'm very predictable in RimWorld. That's why I'm trying to mix it up with the ideology here, which is extremely exciting. I'm loving everything I'm doing. Oh, you're making an ear, aren't you? Yeah, cool. I'll rip somebody's ear off and give them an ear. For no reason. They don't need it. I'm going to take off a perfectly good ear. So when I start a RimWorld one, there's one central storage. Everything gets put in that storage. And then as the colony grows, we start getting more specialized storage areas. So the next thing to go is up here, the food area. So, and then I take that out of here. So I know there's no food in here. And then later we get the medical wing. So all the medicine and drugs, cybernetics, body parts, all that kind of thing, that all goes down here. So I know that's not up here. The next thing I want to do is get the textiles out of here. I don't always create a tailoring room, but I think the sheer quantity of human leather that we have 1,285 pieces of human skin. Okay, human skin. I'd like to get that out of here. I could expand this room and make that into the tailoring room. It is quite near the storage area. That's not the worst idea. Was this going to be my biotech room? It might have been my it's too small for biotech. Grumpy's starting fires again. Wow, Grumpy loves the fires. Oh, now he's actually starting fires I care about. That's unfortunate. So, oh, hang on. I didn't put, I'll do it in a sec if I remember. I didn't put Yar on number one, all the things she needs to be number one on. Guys, can we go kind of put the fires out, the Grumpy starts? I know I could arrest him, but honestly, it's just easier to put the fires out. What do you think it's a rock. Oh, you're setting fire to a door. Yeah, that's a much more sensible idea. Now, Grumpy, why are you so sad about things? Yeah, I know there's a colonist left unburied. They're not, I mean, they are technically dead in the legal sense of the word, but they're not dead in the sense of they can't come back. Okay, they could come back. All right, so Grumpy. Okay, Grumpy's talked off the ledge here. Just got a couple of small fires to clean up. That'll be fine. I see Yar has immediately embraced a beret. Immediately embraced a beret. Said, boy, berets, can't wait. Cannot wait to get a beret on. What was my thing? Oh, yeah, Yar. You need to be number one on all the things you're number one on. So firefighting, patient, and bed rest. So that's how I deal with the shenanigans in here, is I know what isn't here. And therefore I can deduce what is here. And then I, usually start throwing some shelves in. So I got weapon shelves. There's only weapons going on there. I don't know what this shelf is. It appears to be a bunch of garbage clothing. Because that gas mask is bunk. Huh. I need hauling bots. Speaking of which, Riggs, can you, go deal with your nonsense over here? Oh, yeah, no, wait, it's not you, it's Lon. Lon's asleep. Okay, I will politely wait for Lon to wake up. I'm not happy about it, but I'll do it. How's the demon ball room going? How's that? Is that working out for everybody? Having a good time being a demon ball over here? Okay, good. I'm enthralled for you. This is getting planted. Do I even need this? I mean, we just have so much human leather. It's hardly worth even having this. You know what, though? The cotton is the only thing that makes carpet. Weirdly, I cannot make carpet out of human leather. You're right, Buzzkill. Grumpy probably needs more drugs. Grumpy, when was the last time you did drugs? Because that would really help. Let's see, you've eaten human meat. Yeah. You went to the harpsichord concert. And you've got a good dining room. And I've ripped something off of you and replaced it with something else. Not as much with the whole doing drugs. Grumpy, you should do drugs. I bet you'd be a lot happier. I think that's actually kind of the point of them. I'm pretty sure that's why they exist. Marjo, why are you so sad? Is it because your daughter is dead? Psychite withdrawal? Marjo, we literally have Psychite tea right here. And I say that, we don't actually have any Psychite tea right here, Marjo. Oh, you're gonna do something else. Yeah, you're gonna have flake instead. Does that make you happier? Yes, it does. Okay, good. See, if you don't find the drug you like, there's another one right there. Okay, there's another one right there. And occasionally he remembers he can search for things. Yeah. I honestly, as much as a genius as I am, Alicia, I still can't be left unattended. You don't want to leave a genius unattended. You never know what they're going to get up to. No, M's given up on me ages ago. M just steers the train. That's all. Okay, Toblerone, when are you going to be on board? Oh, wow. Marcus will actually probably be on board before Toblerone. Toblerone, you are a sticky wicket, as they said. Sticky wicket. You are a tough nut to crack. Don't make me eat you. I want to be organized, but don't. But then I forget. Yeah, that's pretty much me. What are you making? Are you making a parka? Yeah, okay, we're making a human leather parka. That's going to take a lot of human leather. No lie. Okay, parka's going to take a lot. So I think I will allow them to sew this. And I'm going to expand the zone for heel root because, well, we need more of it, frankly. So put some more heel root in there. I do not know medicine production, right? Go to main. Do I know how to make basic medicine? No, I haven't done that one yet. I'm on multi-analyzer. That's going to take ages. And I do kind of need to send the team out to murder. I suppose Yar... I mean, with Yar on board, Yar can shoot. Not very well, but Yar can shoot. Maybe I'll send Yar out on the murder team. I don't need to always send Riggs, Zash, and Marjo. It's just they have so much fun murdering. It's kind of a shame to have them not. You're building a tile. Could you not? Could you work at the subcore thing? Because I need way more robots around here. Way more robots around here. So let me get back to my idea of a textile room. If I just sort of lightly expanded this a little bit. So if I said maybe mine, Grumpy's going to love this because Grumpy loves mining. If I said not quite that much, but maybe do like that much, and then maybe I can squeeze a small bedroom up in there. Do that much. And then after that, I can put all the textiles up there. Okay, I can get all the textiles. Mel and I for everyone with spreadsheets and maps, all organized and obsessive. That's why I take. But Portia, here's the thing. You do that. You do spreadsheets and maps, and you're very, very organized, and all sorts of things are happening all the time. And then you look at me, and I know, there's a small part of you that says, I don't know why what he does works, but it does. And I know it annoys you. I know it. Chaos always annoys order. It really does. It's why they're opposites. It's like black and white, up and down. They always annoy each other. But I know, chaos annoys order. Order's looking at me going, would you stop it? And I'm looking at it going, nah. Hang on, there's a lightning storm of some sort. Okay, massive fires. Okay. Again, that's not a me problem fire. It could be if it comes closer to the base, but right now this is not a me problem. It's that raccoon's problem. That raccoon has a very real problem if that fire gets closer. Also, I'd love to get those components before they kind of go bad. Yeah, I think we should get out here. Let me put someone outside in the lightning storm. Yar, you're new. Why don't you go haul all of those components, please? Yeah, no, chaos and noise order. That's why. I mean, go talk to Mrs. Dave. But yeah, I know. But the part that's annoying you is not the chaos. It's the part that chaos is working. That's the part that annoys you. Because you're like, as order, you're like, this shouldn't work. And I'm like going, yeah, but it does. The bunny caught fire. Again, a bunny problem. A bunny problem, not actually a me problem. Alright, so low medicine I can't do anything with right now unless there's been a delicious new crop of heal root that's popped up recently. Okay, what? Major break risk. Whom? Lawn? What's your problem? I mean, apart from the fact that I've had you basically drafted to do that. Okay, you made one. Alright, you can go off duty, man. You can go off duty. Go do another thing. Hang on. And there's a trader coming in, too. So I would like to make, first of all... God, I need all of them. I'm going to go ahead and say clean sweeper for now, because that's kind of vital. And then after that, do a lifter. I need more. I need more robots. That she can live with you is impressive. I'm impressed. Portia, I'm very impressed. I mean, Portia, understand, she looked at this and said, I would like that for the rest of my life. I think that's the impressive part right there. So a caravan, okay, the royals have shown up in the middle of the fire. And great, good. I would love to do some trading. I actually have a fair amount of decent stuff to trade. I've got some art. I've got some drugs. I could theoretically trade out Toblerone, probably. No, wait, that's not the Imperial Trader. That's the other Imperial guy who does different things. So when the clean sweeper is done, I can take Yegor and put him on more hauling duty. Yeah, no, I get it, Spike Little Girl. There is a rabbit on fire. It's probably resolved itself by now. Either the rabbit has put himself out, or it's irrelevant at this point. Okay, let's get. I think Riggs has to go and talk to them because they are in fact the royals. So, we won't get it, Buzzkill. We were corrected in chat that you can't get Resurrector Serum as a trade. It has to be through a quest. And I'm going to presume that is true. I'm not going to do something simple like Google that information or go to the RimWorld wiki or anything. I'm just going to assume that is true. But I'm still going to check. Okay, so I've got... Okay, let's see how much money I can make, first of all. Because I've got a lot of stuff I can be selling here. So you can have... I'm not going to sell you the excellent jade sculpture. I might use that for the throne room. But you can have all of these. All right, there's a quick 1,000 right there. You want to play RimWorld, but I don't have a rig for it. It's actually pretty low effort on what it consumes. So I've played this on, what do they call them, potatoes? Is that like a thing for a bad computer? RimWorld is fairly easy to run, but you know, I don't know yours. Well, let's sell them a beret or two. What, we made a camel hide beret? Were we out of human leather? I've got so much human leather. How could you do that? They do have... Oh, we made the cochlear implant at some point. I'll have to remember that. I won't, but I'd like to remember that. I'd like to feel that I'm going to remember that. How much drugs would you like to buy? Wow, I've got a lot of ambrosia. That's so much ambrosia. So much ambrosia, you can't even afford all of my ambrosia. I don't suppose you'd like to buy human leather, would you? Because I really have a lot of it. I just need to clear it out of storage more than anything. I'm not going to do anything with 32 jade. That's not enough to make anything, so I'm not going to bother. Actually, we've got a lot of smoke leaf. That's good, because we need more drugs. I probably will not. I will sell that one yayo. I'm not going to sell the flake right now, because it's all the drugs we've got. And, we're into drugs. So, I could sell him a goat or two. Maybe I'll sell him a goat. What have I got? 2 females, 1 male, and a baby female. Okay, have that goat. There you go. That's a goat. And what else could I theoretically... I'm certainly not going to sell them. Actually, I might buy some of their steel. I know that seems weird because I found a big pocket of it, but it wouldn't be the worst idea. What have you got for, say, books? I do love the books. Cursed bow making. Yeah, recurve bow. Meh. Contemplative roulette, that's just recreation. Sardine by the base. Oh, that's mine. Never mind. I have 1 reinforced barrel. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have another one. What have you got for... Yeah, the Psychic Harmonizer. That can go badly. Because if your guy has a freak out, then everybody has a freak out. I will probably take the Tough Skin Gland just for taking it. I want to ask Mrs. Dave if Dave talks in his sleep. No, but Mrs. Dave does sometimes. Well, she mutters in her sleep. And she punches me in her sleep. That's not an exaggeration. She's just cold cocked me in her sleep. Probably, you know, just acting out on what she wishes she could do under normal circumstances. Yeah, so she does talk in her sleep. Muttering would be better. There's no clear words being said. What else could I say? Oh, I got a cape. Yeah, let's get rid of a cape. And any bunk clothing that we've pretty much gotten rid of those. So let's see. I could get a charge rifle out of you. A good one, too. Give me that, because you don't even have enough money to afford all of my stuff. And then I'll probably take the Tough Skin Gland. Because why not? I just give it to somebody. That still leaves me 800 here. 800. Michelle! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so, yeah, she's absolutely punched me in her sleep. So it's funny, like I was saying, I was at the doctor yesterday. This is my yearly checkup, you know, the normal thing. And they ask you all those, like pre-examination questions, and you know, one of the questions in the last few years is, do you feel safe at home? And there was one time I was at the doctor, I'm like, well, my wife does punch me in her sleep. Well, hun, you know, it's traumatic. Now I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, so to speak. So hang on, I have to give a really nice weapon to somebody. So Riggs, you've got an SMG. That's a really good weapon. Who's like wicked good at shooty-izing? 9, 11. Marjo, not as much. Buell. Okay, Zash, why don't you grab the charge rifle? And then I might have one of the lesser guys. Yeah, see, you've just got an auto pistol. Let's give you something better. I think that's probably a good thing for you to have. And I've got a Tough Skin Gland. I may as well install it in somebody. There was somebody... Might have been Yegor. No, actually, it might have been Yegor, who didn't have any mechanical parts and was sad about that. Okay, and then Buell, I want you to equip the assault rifle. Okay, so Yegor, were you the one who was sad about... Oh, I see you've been doing some cleaning. Good job, man. Were you sad about not having any mechanical parts? Yeah, you are. You're -3 on that. So let's make that happen. Let's put some stuff in you. I'm going to rip your ear off because I don't need to. You have 2 perfectly good ears. 2 completely good ears. But I'm going to give you a different ear, a mechanical ear. And, of course, we're going to drop a safety save. Why? Because we don't lose colonists to dice rolls. Marjo, you're, like, vaguely good at doctorizing. Yeah, you're actually exceptionally good. Why don't you go operate on Yegor? Just rip his ear off for no reason. It's a perfectly good ear. It is a perfectly good ear. Okay? It's doing just fine. He may have no eyes, but his ears are just fine. So I'm going to rip his ear off and replace it with something mechanical instead. You do have to bear in mind, you don't have a lot of medicine. Ooh, hang on. Did they have any medicine? Riggs, go chat to them again. I didn't even look for medicine. They might be swimming in this stuff. I should get some of that. Because, you know, we don't actually have any. Did you have medicine in here? Actually, alarmingly, it looks like they don't. Excuse me, one sec. No, they don't. Okay, never mind then. Actually, should I take some components while I'm here? How many components do I have? 11. Ew. That is far less components than I would like. And I've got some money. I have a degree of money. Yeah, go ahead and snag those. They're not even that expensive. Yeah, go ahead. I will take those components off of you. Okay. How's the thing going here where we rip somebody's ear off? Are you having fun with that, Marjo? Is that like your thing? You like ripping the guy's ear off? Because, like, ears. What else? Oh, textile room. Right. Okay, so Grumpy's kind of already covered this up here. Let's put this to here. And then, do I have power up here? To a degree, sure. Put that up there. And then a door would probably be pretty sweet. And that. And then, you know, while we're here, put a door in there. Get that out of there. Okay. And then this is going to be a textile room. So this is going to be our new, where we put textile-y stuff in. I do have a ton of wood, right? Yeah, I've got so much wood. Not even sweating wood right now. So let's do a bunch of shelves. Going, say, well, start here, because they're going to have to get into those walls. And then more like here, and then I can probably get one. Yeah, that'll work. Think, where are you going to put the tailoring table, though? Put another shelf there, and then I can put some more shelves up there. Okay, and then move. This is a hand tailoring, right? No, it's electric. Okay, good. Move that over here. Like, what? Why? Oh, because of the rock thing. Could we not? Yegor, I know you just got up. Could you get that out of there? Just haul that granite chunk so I can put something in there. Thank you. And then when he gets up there, I'll kind of put all that back together. Also, we're going to need a light over here of some sort. Otherwise, everyone's going to be sad about everything. Put a light in there. Okay, this is all going to work out. There we go. The rock is out of there. Let's reinstall that over there. And then somewhere in here, there's that armchair. Yeah, human leather armchair. I'm not losing that. Let's make sure we get that right up in there. As a human leather armchair. Get a monkey. I don't think the monkeys actually do anything. That's the problem. Did they actually have a monkey? Hang on, trade with them. I don't usually look at their animals because I don't care. Well, they do have a monkey. It's an old monkey, to be sure. It's an older monkey. I don't think the monkeys do anything. I think the monkeys are completely useless. So, obviously I'm going to buy a monkey. Of course. Why would I not? Okay, so hang on. There's all sorts of things that are happening right now. Zash, why are you having a complete meltdown? What's your biggest problem? You got a lot of problems, actually. You want the Delirious First Eater apparel. Nobody is stopping you from having that. Okay, nobody is stopping you, except for the fact that we may not have any flop hats left. So the monkey, now that I apparently own a monkey, what can I train you to do? Guard and attack. I can have an attack monkey. I can have a war monkey. A war monkey. Cool. You, war monkey, for right now, why don't you stay in the DD zone where it's safe? Because if you wander, somebody's going to eat you. That's how Chibi died. What is your problem? 15 days with 4 court allies. Oh, you want to stay here. They're not going to do any work, and some of the Imperials are children. Maybe. Wow, 478 plasteel. 478 plasteel. Or Goodwill 50. I bet you that would put me into being allied with them. Okay. I think I can cope with that. I mean, they're just going to hang out. They're going to eat a lot of food. That's true. But you know what? We've got an amount of food. Food happens. Boy, that 478 plasteel, that is a lot of plasteel. But the Goodwill will get me into, well, Goodwill with the Royals. Free better to satisfy the requirements of knights. Okay. Arbitrarily, if I said nobody gets a bedroom anymore, like Yegor, you're out, and sure, Marjo's room is really, really tiny. Say Yar. Sorry, Yar, but you just got here anyway. You're out. Do those 2 bedrooms meet those needs? Nope. Nope. Okay. I gotta start putting some nicer bedrooms together. Or indeed, bedrooms at all. Yar, good news, you can have your bedroom back. And Grumpy, or whoever Yegor. Yeah, Yegor, you can have your bed back. Sorry about that, dude. That much goodwill. I know, it's a lot of goodwill. I need some good spare bedrooms. But I've got too much going on right now. I can't possibly put all that together. Oh, by the way, where's Lon? Lon, could you, deal with building my thing, please? Go work at a mech gestator. And don't give me any sass about it. I mean, the quest will sit there for a while. Maybe I can put something together reasonably soon. I'm not counting on it, though. Where's Marcus in terms of being Mike Tyson into loving us? 8.5. 8.5. Not bad. And Toblerone, 8.9. You're getting there. You're getting there. It's happening. How are we doing on the Dark Study, researching the annoying music ball? We are... Okay, good. I just want to get that entity containment so I can contain my annoying music ball even better than it's already contained. Also, I should get some power over here at some point. There's a fire. Yeah, it's raining, though. It's raining. BK Jr., because it's his idea. I can go with that. All right, hang on. Where's my monkey? Monkey, come here. Monkey? Okay, monkey, who apparently doesn't do anything much. You are now BKJR. Perfect. Okay. I kind of just wanted to randomize that to see what would happen. Ooh, also, you... Okay, so this is a controversial opinion. Does the monkey get to sit at the left hand of the throne? Because Dee Dee gets to sit at the right hand of the throne. Does the monkey... And I'm going to go with a yes. The monkey should sit at the left hand of the throne. I'm going to go with a loose yes on that. Let's make another human leather animal bed there. Human. I can make a dread leather animal bed. Do I have enough dread leather for that? Hang on. Make that go away. That was a terrible idea. How much dread leather do I have? That's Pantheraful. Let's remember that there's a search feature. So, no, that's an E. D-R-E-A-D. Dread leather. I have 16. Okay, I don't have enough. Never mind. Never mind. That was fine. I think the monkey is going to have to sit at the left hand of the throne. So go back to this, and we'll do a human leather animal bed right there. I could, in the future, I'm probably going to have to bump out this throne room a little, because it's great now, but it's getting a little crowded, and I'm not going to be able to shove enough statues in there to get up to the high ranks of royal. I wonder, do the knights require their own bedroom? Because I could put 2 beds in here and make this really good, because it's got the really, really nice floor. Okay, something to think about for that. I'd love to get that goodwill, but if we're not going to get it, we're not going to get it. We do have a lot of other things going on right now. BK Jr. gets to share the DD zone. Yeah, the DD zone is the safe zone. That's where I know animals are not going to get hunted by bears. We see what happened to Chibi with that. If that had been Dee Dee would have been a bear food. Okay, and in retrospect, I kind of wish she was. Because what we don't have now is Chibi. Hey, Chibi, is it your anniversary yet? No, 1.9 years still. 1.9 years. That kid has been in my freezer for 2 years. Okay, I just want to end by kind of checking off some of these things here. So, you know what? I can move... Hang on, I'm going to move a bunch of things here. So, move, even though it's not a royal bed, move this bed over here. And put that there. The floor alone will probably make it nice enough for them. And that's Zash and Riggs. Okay, and then reinstall that here. And reinstall... It's an excellent dresser. Let's reinstall that right over here. And what else have you got? You got an urn. No, that's not an urn. You got an urn. Put that, say, over here. And maybe we'll put a nice art piece in there if it's not enough. Yar's getting high, which is super. The next thing I want to do, Marjo, you're researching. Everybody needs to relight these things because it's just kind of annoying me at this point that I've got that little pop-up. So refuel that and refuel that. That'll take care of undignified throne room, and when we get the bed reset, we can do undignified bedroom. I just like to make the pop-ups go away. That's all I want. I just want to make the pop-ups go away. Zash and Riggs, new bedroom coming up. Wow, Yara's taking a long time to do drugs. I understood it was quite a quick process. Nothing must happen. Gets the same protection as Dee Dee. Well, he's in the Dee Dee zone. It doesn't get any safer than the Dee Dee zone. This is the safest place. I could actually expand the Dee Dee zone a little bit. I mean, it's probably a little cramped at this point. Where and what is the Dee Dee zone? Actually, that's a pretty good area. I'm okay with that. That's a pretty decent area there. That's enough space for one monkey and one lizard, I feel. Okay, these are all set. Good. That's one thing gone away. Low medicine I can't do too much with right now. Again, unless there's a big old crop of heal root around here somewhere. There's a few over here. Go grab those. I can't believe the Royals didn't have any medicine. What kind of Royals are they? Muffalo up there. Not really what I need. Oh, that being said, though, Okay, we do still have a lot of meat. It's not what we want, but we have a lot of meat. We should probably do a little bit of hunting. Wait, are we all in the runaway zone? No, we're in unrestricted. It's fine. So yeah, if we could get back on hunting things, that'd be okay. Zash is back with that. Oh, hang on, Zash. I know I'm waking you up to do this every single time, but I just want to make sure I do the reassure on Marcus. Just make sure he's wicked into cannibalism. There we go. 77%. 77%. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Riggs, what are you doing? Oh, you're also getting high. Good, good. That is, in fact, our religion. Good zealousness there. Zealousness? I think zealousness. That sounds about right. And you're doing some hay. Ooh, we don't actually have, like, a lot of animal food. We should probably deal with that. We were swimming in hay for a while. So make some kibble. Didn't actually notice that. We don't have a ton of animal food. We've got a ton of psychite. That's coming in great. And we're going to have even more ambrosia. Oh, neat. I'm almost inclined to just let that one slide, but here we are. I'm doing it anyway. So that, and then... yeah, don't do anything in there. Hang on. I'm coming, game. All right. Oh, hang on. Whoa. We don't want to put things in there. Okay, stop that. That was a terrible idea. Clear all of that. The only thing that should be going in here is probably just clothing or textiles. Just do apparel for right now. And then make that critical. And then copy that. Paste to all of these. Paste that, paste that, paste that, and paste that. Usually the textiles I'll probably just dump on the floor. All right. That's all pretty good. The throne room is back up and running. They'll make the bed for the monkey. Okay, all looking good. All looking good. All right, guys. I think that's where we'll wrap up for today, because I'm hungry, and it's also really hot in this room, and I'm getting sweaty. I mean, I've been sweaty for a while, but you didn't need to know that. I will pick this up again next week. And we'll start this all over again. We got a monkey. That's pretty exciting. We got a monkey. I will see you guys next week. Thank you, as always, for allowing me to do this publicly. I should have been stopped years ago. I should have been stopped a long time ago. Everybody knows that. But here I am. They keep letting me do this nonsense, and you guys keep showing up and watching it, so something must be working out. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this for you. I love doing this for you. And we'll do more of this next week. Friday, Saturday. Guys, thank you again.